It's no secret that Rolex comfortably tops the wish list of many watch collectors, beating the annual sales chart by a large margin, and that's for several reasons. However, it has flaws and wearying problems like every other highbrow brand. Some of these are well known and have become virtually a trademark by this point, and Rolex doesn't seem to be doing much to address them. In this video, we'll discuss some of the issues Rolex is currently facing, the causes of those issues, and why we believe even the brand's most avid supporters may soon consider other options. Hi there, I'm Megan, and welcome to our channel. If you're new, please subscribe and tap the notification bell to be updated for more upcoming videos like this. So let's get started. Let's start by discussing the gray market. In essence, it's a location where you can buy authentic Rolex watches that you wouldn't be able to find through licensed retailers, particularly well-known models. Since buyers may acquire models not found at Rolex stores, the gray market first seems to be in their favor. But the truth is different. On the gray market, some high-end watches are available for less than their retail cost. One such example is the well-known Omega Speedmaster Professional Moon Watch, which can be purchased for roughly 13% less than its list price from the manufacturer. Other rare sports timepieces, however, can be purchased for up to 3 times the suggested retail price. For many years, Rolex sports watches have been in high demand, which has caused their gray market prices to soar. The Daytona GMT Master 2 and Submariner in stainless steel are especially sought-after models. And if you don't want to wait too long in the queue, you'll have to spend astounding prices for these timepieces. The official cost of the 2016 Daytona in stainless steel with a ceramic bezel is over $13,000. On the other hand, the black market may have values as high as $26,000. The GMT Master 2 with the so-called Batman's blue and black bezel offers yet another price discrepancy. If you purchase the 2019 model with a Jubilee bracelet from a reputable retailer, it will cost you about $9,700. However, the price is 65% higher on the black market. The gray market for Rolex is fully aware of supply and demand, and they profit from it. They are aware of what they have on hand and that most customers cannot purchase these models from authorized merchants. So everything is a component of the game. For a very long time, Rolex hasn't done anything to stop a game. So why do people continue to swarm to these markets when the goods are so expensive? That takes us to the next issue, which is waiting lists. Customers are placed in a random sequence on the Rolex waitlist to purchase new Rolex watches when they visit the store. You wouldn't be able to purchase the watch you came for if you entered a Rolex authorized retailer right now. Instead, you would be added to a wait list that may last up to 4 years. When you finally get the watch, you won't be paying the price it was when you were shortlisted. Instead, you'll pay whatever price it is at when it becomes available because Rolex will have more than one price hike due to their shortage of inventory during that waiting period. While some shops can be open and truthful, others act otherwise as if these lists don't exist. There are several tales of sales representatives pressuring consumers into purchasing timepieces they don't want to win their favor and get their names added to a wait list for a stainless steel sports model. Sadly, despite all of that, there is no assurance that they will receive one. And this brings up the subject of supply and demand-related shortages, which is one of the main factors driving people to the gray market. What precisely is the reason behind the Rolex shortage? Things start to become more fascinating at this point. To be fair, Rolex did endure a disturbance in their supply chain during the past few years as a result of the lengthy shutdown of their factory. It's vital to remember that all Rolex watches are designed and made internally at the company's 4 Swiss locations. They are, of course, meticulously built by hand. Industry observers claim that by the time this happened, the scarcity had already begun. Although the exact beginning of the Rolex shortage is unknown, It has been suggested that it began around Baselworld 2016, and with the launching of the Daytona 116500LN, which individuals who were fortunate enough to obtain one flaunted on social media. When collectors attempted to purchase the new Daytona through the nearby authorized dealer, they were informed that it was sold out and placed on a waiting list. The new Daytona generated a lot of hype, driving demand over the ceiling. Naturally, this merely increased the demand and associated hype. But why has Rolex not taken further action? Here is a well-liked explanation for this. This theory is based on the idea that Rolex deliberately established a shortage to generate demand, which would force customers to purchase other items from other collections to satisfy their needs and expand their collections. Keep in mind that the Rolex scarcity only affects high-end steel models like the Submariner and Daytona, not necessarily the entire line. Who wouldn't want a Submariner though? Rolex appears to have set up their company in such a way that they are controlling distribution and who receives what at the retail level, according to Adam Golden of Menta Watches. When Yahoo Finance reported on the shortage, Rolex broke its customary silence and stated, "The scarcity of our products is not a strategy on our part." Initially, the firm declined to comment on the topic. Whatever you choose to make of it, the fact remains that Rolex could undoubtedly take a variety of actions to improve the current situation, boost the supply of these watches, and reduce the secondary market, regardless of whether the action was strategic or not. But right now, it almost seems like they're choosing not to, since doing so would be a gain for them. And speaking of gaining, please give a thumbs up if you're enjoying this video so far. Plus, stay tuned until the very end to find out more. Also, do you want your comments to be highlighted? Try our super thanks, and your comments will be highlighted in this video or join our membership program. Now, any authorized dealer you enter will have a sizable selection of flagship watches displayed on their transparent counter. Can you procure a few of them? Good luck with that! Those displayed prices are essentially purely for exhibition purposes, and considering that you'll never be able to have that exact item, no matter how much you're ready to spend for it, that might get rather unpleasant. When a product is directly in front of us, how can it be unavailable? We are aware that customers must view the timepieces in person before making a purchase, so why would they make their customers envious if they weren't going to sell them? In contrast to the gray market, the official vendors of Rolex are the approved dealers. How can they still be a part of a larger issue? They are essentially unchangeable. They are free to sell their inventory to whoever they choose, which is frequently the flippers. Who knows though? Agents in the gray market, the flippers on the other hand, solely consider their gains. They also sell for excessive prices, exactly as on the gray market. Some reputable dealers follow the law by carefully following the waitlist order when selling, but it seems that there are more undesirable ones than good ones. Rolex has in the past kept track of the sales of collections to flippers, but why have they been unable to resolve the problem since then? Their service centers are a further problem that needs to be noted. Simply said, the restoration of antiques at these facilities can be abjectly terrible. There may be conflicting opinions regarding this, but for instance, servicing a Rolex Oyster Quartz datejust only costs roughly $3,000. If it has a problem, it might need to be examined by an electrician and a watchmaker so that it can be fixed and restored to its original beauty. They make things work again by assembling modern parts to replace the older broken ones. Additionally, it costs more than merely replacing the necessary parts. Either that or they essentially do no action. Rolex watches are fiercely imitated as well. It might be challenging to tell fake watches from real ones because there are so many of them on the market. Unquestionably, some people just want to be noticed. Many people find it intolerable when a stranger wears the same outfit to a party, and the same is true here. Many customers might be refraining from buying Rolexes completely to achieve their desired distinctiveness. It can be difficult to find a wide variety of options, which is another thing to think about. Some examples include the Rolex Daytona 116500LN, Rolex Oyster Perpetual 126000, 124300 Tiffany Dial, Rolex Submariner in steel, Rolex GMT Master 2 126710 BLRO, and Rolex Sky Dweller 326934. Obtaining any of these is extremely challenging, regardless of how much you're ready to spend on the authorized dealer's market. Not everyone prefers the exact styling of Rolex watches. The sports professional Rolex models are the ones that endure throughout time by upholding their beliefs, although these don't fit into more formal clothing styles. Omega, on the other hand, produces watches for all events and tastes, and is likely on par with Rolex in terms of quality. Even though the designs of each model vary greatly from one another, you could still tell which one was an Omega, unlike some Rolex watches. We are aware that fixing some problems is not always simple. For instance, expanding the ability to produce more timepieces would address the issue of a lack of supply compared to demand. Because watchmakers, many of whom have worked for a long time and may feel the need to change careers, or because they are elderly and some have even retired, watches are manufactured. However, to adjust to making sophisticated premium brands a disadvantage, younger watchmakers would need training and experience. Even Rolex's hand might be tied in this situation. Now, what do you think? Has Rolex done everything possible to address these issues? Or do you think they've just allowed things to develop as they saw fit? Please comment your thoughts in the comment section below. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, like, and share this video. This was Megan. And before you leave, if you want to know more about the Rolex flippers and if Rolex says something about them, then click and watch the next video here.